We held one of our most significant board meetings of the year Monday night as we returned to the newly renovated boardroom of the District Administration Building. We outlined our strategic plans for the 21-22 school year, and we discussed the budget. It's important that you know that Fort Bend ISD strives to budget a plan, not plan a budget. We are gearing up for all students to return to campuses in August for face-to-face instruction. For those who require an exception, we are planning to offer virtual classes with dedicated teachers and administrators. Fort Bend ISD will continue to follow the most current CDC guidelines related to social distancing and masks. We will provide more detailed information about health and safety protocols throughout April and May. I'm aware that some parents have been vocal about their objections to masks. In the interest of the safety and well-being of our children, their families, and our staff, we will continue to closely monitor guidance and updates from CDC, Fort Bend County health officials, and the district's medical advisor. Additionally, we must take the vaccination rate into account. We will continue to work to provide vaccines to all who wish to receive them. We are analyzing hybrid and block schedules at our elementary, middle, and high schools in order to facilitate ongoing academic interventions for students who can receive supports during the school day. Studies show this approach works better than after-school sessions. Additionally, we look forward to funding the third cohort of our P-TECH programs at Hightower and Willow Ridge and the Early College High School at Marshall. These programs equip students with the skills and knowledge to earn associate degrees while in high school and enable them to step seamlessly into college or competitive high-demand jobs. I am thrilled that we continue to expand these programs, along with the Early Literacy Center at Ridgemont Elementary School and the opening of our new Early Literacy Center at Hunters Glen Elementary School. In our efforts to attract and retain the highest quality educators and support staff in the region, we discussed our preliminary plan to increase teachers' salaries by 6%, which would raise the teacher's starting salary from $55,500 to $58,500. For non-teacher staff members, we discussed allocating a 4% raise based on midpoint. Budgeting our plan will not be easy. Early forecasts include more expenditures than revenue. We're in the early stages of planning and budgeting and will continue our work on refining expenditure estimates and revenue projections, including exploration of increasing the general fund tax rate by using disaster pennies to address expenditures related to our COVID response, or a possible voter approval tax rate election in November to permanently increase the tax rate. We will provide further planning and budget updates in April and May, but I encourage you to make time to watch the presentation from Monday's board meeting. It is comprehensive and very detailed. Along with the board's discussion following the presentation, it provides our taxpayers a good understanding of our efforts to fulfill our responsibility to provide an excellent academic experience for students in a fiscally prudent manner. I am confident that at the end of the process, Fort Bend ISD will be well positioned and well prepared for the 21-22 school year. I was reminded at the board meeting Monday night that our district has some of the most talented students in the nation. We saw dozens of works of art by students who recently won prizes in the Visual Art and Scholastic event, also known as VACE, the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. In the VACE competition, there were 920 regional entries. Only 57 works received first place honors, and 47 of those works were created by Fort Bend ISD students. We dominated. Congratulations to all our creative students. We also recognize students from Clements and Dulles High Schools who were recently named as 2 of the top 300 young scientists in the nation's oldest and most prestigious science and math competition. And we heard insightful, moving speeches by 3 students from Clements and Hightower High Schools on what observing Women's History Month has meant to them. Additionally, we saluted outstanding staff members. FBISD's Assistant Superintendent for Student Affairs, Dr. Sochi Rodriguez, for receiving the Outstanding Individual Service Award from the Texas School Safety Center for the School Safety Spotlight program. She has been instrumental in leading the district threat assessment team and at the forefront of decreasing disproportionality rates in discipline in the district. Our coordinator of community and civic engagement, Chastity Alainu-Alade, for being named the Social Studies Leader of the Year by the Texas Social Studies Supervisors Association for her work on the Sugar Land 95. Campus administrators from Seguin and Molalla Elementary Schools, and a teacher from Kempner High School for being recognized by the Houston Area Alliance of Black School Educators for outstanding leadership. Additionally, Glover Elementary received the Demonstration School Award from the Texas Alliance of Black School Educators for being a model campus when it comes to meeting the needs of our most at-risk children. And our Chief Communications Officer, Veronica Sofer, for being elected president of the Texas School Public Relations Association and leading a team that recently received 21 awards from that organization. We also recognize 4 of our FBISD police officers and a custodian who assisted Houston Police in December by providing a safe place at Ridgemont Elementary for more than 24 human smuggling victims to receive clothing, food, and water immediately after they were rescued. I am pleased to announce that after receiving much public input, on Monday the board voted unanimously to name our new high school after legendary educator Almeda Crawford. She was a 49-year veteran educator who spent at least 30 of those years at Dulles High School. Her influence in our district has been far-reaching and long-lasting. The board also voted to name our new elementary school after the late trailblazing former trustee Sonal Butcher. She was a tireless servant and selfless volunteer who had a long association of leadership and service in our community, including founding the FBISD Student Leadership Program that is still going today. She left a legacy as a champion of diversity, inclusion, and equity. It is appropriate that both schools were named for these women during Women's History Month. As I mentioned, we heard from 3 young ladies who shared their thoughts. I'm reminded of both Mrs. Crawford and Mrs. Butcher when I consider the remarks by one of our students. With one woman empowered, many generations are empowered, because with one woman comes many generations of people. Have a great week. And as we begin the final 9-week grading period of this memorable school year, I encourage you to finish strong. It's the Fort Bend way.